We live in a world that worships youth. Everywhere you look, it seems to say, be young, stay young, buy products to stay young. But here's the irony. No one really sits you down and says, here's what growing old will really feel like. They talk about retirement plans and health insurance, maybe even golf, but they don't tell you what happens inside when the pace of life changes, when the noise outside fades and the voice inside you grows louder. This isn't about aches and pains or medical numbers. This is about the heart, the mind, and the quiet shifts that happen with time. And today, we're going to uncover 7 truths about growing older, the ones no one really talks about, but everyone eventually feels. Stay with me till the end, because understanding these truths might help you find more meaning, more peace, and maybe even more joy. Truth number 1. The world doesn't slow down just because you do. Life has always been busy. You juggled work, family, and dreams. Then you added responsibilities, mortgages, kids, aging parents. You thought once you reached a certain age, things would change. But then you got to that age and realized things haven't changed. Retirement doesn't mean fewer problems. It just means different ones. Maybe now there are health concerns, caregiving responsibilities, or the quiet realization that you won't do everything you once did. But here's the thing. The world keeps spinning regardless of how fast you're moving. Cars still rush by. People still talk too fast. Technology changes faster than the seasons. But here's where wisdom lies. You've raced long enough. Try slowing down. Don't try to chase the world. Invite it to meet you where you are. Sit on a porch and watch the sunset. Read that book you've been eyeing. Have tea with a friend. Let life move at its own pace. It's not about doing less. It's about doing what matters most to you. So if the world seems like it's moving too fast, remember, you don't have to join the race. You're already at the finish line. Truth no 2. You begin to grieve the living. Losing someone you love hurts. Whether it's a parent, a sibling, a friend, the pain is real and raw. But here's something they don't tell you. As you get older, you grieve the living as well. You see, we assume that grief is for when someone dies, but it's actually a natural reaction to any significant loss. And as you age, you face many such losses. Your children grow up and become strangers. You wanted to be a part of their lives, but they're building their own. Your partner might forget your anniversary. Perhaps they're dealing with their own struggles, or perhaps you're asking too much. Old friends no longer call. You see them on Facebook living lives you're no longer a part of. All these moments, big and small, cause grief. You might think you should be happy for them, but you can't help but feel left behind. It's okay to feel this way. In fact, it's honest. This isn't about regret or resentment. It's about acknowledging that life has changed and some chapters must be closed. This is one of the most painful truths about growing old. But by recognizing it, you can heal. Give yourself permission to miss what was. Let yourself grieve the changes. And slowly, you'll find new ways to connect with the living. Truth number 3. You're still growing, just not in the same ways. When we're young, we think of growth as climbing a ladder. With each step, you earn more, learn more, and somehow become more. But here's a truth about aging. You don't stop growing. You just grow inward. See, life is like a tree. In the beginning, you focus on roots. You build a strong foundation. Then comes the trunk. You grow taller, stronger, ready to weather any storm. And finally, the branches. This is where you spread your wings, take risks, and reach for the sun. But as you age, your growth changes. You've had your share of sunshine and storms. Now it's time to rest in the shade you've created. The quietest places often have the deepest wisdom. So how do you grow in your older years? By embracing the unknown, learning to forgive someone who never said sorry, letting go of old regrets, or simply choosing to sit outside and appreciate a cloudless sky. Growth isn't always visible, but it's always happening, if you let it. Truth number 4. You become a keeper of stories. As you get older, you might feel like your role in the world is shrinking. Kids leave home. You retire from work. It's easy to feel like you're fading away. But here's a truth. You become a keeper of stories, a living library of memories. Think about it. You've lived through so much. You've seen wars, economic crashes, technological revolutions, personal triumphs and tragedies. You've laughed, loved, and cried. You've collected stories like precious gems. And here's the thing. Those stories are your legacy. They hold your history, your values, your essence. But they're also a lifeline for those around you. In a world where everything is instant, stories remind us that life is more than transactions. It's about connection, emotions, and experiences. So share your stories. Tell them with pride. You never know who you might touch. One story might inspire someone. Another could bring a family closer. Your stories are more than memories. They're a gift to yourself and to others. You might feel like you're fading, but your stories will keep you alive in the hearts of those who listen. Truth number 5. Loneliness is real, even when you're not alone. Sometimes, even when surrounded by family, you can feel terribly alone. It's like an invisible cloud hanging over you. They're here, yet you're not really seen. And this feeling, it's more than just missing someone. It's a deep ache of not being truly understood. Perhaps you feel unseen in your own home. Your children might be there, but their lives are so different from yours. Your partner might be by your side, but their thoughts seem distant. Old friends might call, but their lives have changed so much that conversations feel forced. It's not their fault. You both have different paths to walk, but that doesn't make the feeling any less real. So what can you do when loneliness knocks at your door? Reach out. Make an effort. Plan a trip. Call a friend. Write a letter. Join a group. Seek out connections that feed your soul. And if it doesn't work out, try something else. You've lived long enough to know your worth. You deserve connection. You deserve conversations that go beyond the weather. Loneliness can be a heavy burden, but it doesn't have to be a solitary one. Truth number 6. Joy gets quieter but deeper. Remember when you were young and joy was loud? A promotion, a big party, fireworks on New Year's Eve. These were your celebrations. As you age, joy becomes more muted. It's the subtle things. Birds singing in the morning, a grandchild's innocent laughter, a favorite song playing on the radio. You've had your share of excitement and loud joys, but now quieter moments bring you more peace. It's not about having less joy. It's about finding joy in simplicity. You begin to understand that happiness isn't a destination. It's a collection of small moments. So how do you find this quieter joy? Start by appreciating the little things. Watch the sunrise. Listen to the rain. Smell the flowers. Talk to a stranger. These moments weave the fabric of joy. It's not about waiting for the grand celebrations. You can find happiness right now. If you open your eyes and your heart, you'll discover that the quieter things in life bring the deepest kind of joy. And finally, truth no. 7. You start asking the right questions. When you're young, you ask different questions. How much can I achieve? How much can I earn? What's next? There's always a thirst for more. As you age, your questions change. You begin to ask, who do I love? What do I still have to give? What am I grateful for? These are different, quieter questions, but they're essential to your well-being. See, in the journey of life, there are two kinds of people. Those who regret the questions they didn't ask, and those who wonder about the answers they never sought. You don't have to be in the first group. Your story isn't over. You're entering a new chapter, one filled with reflection, softness, and truth. So ask yourself the right questions. Nurture your relationships. Reflect on your life. Find solace in the quiet moments. Embrace the wisdom that comes with age. Remember, your story isn't over. It's just a quieter chapter filled with reflection, softness, and truth. If this video touched something inside you, comment below. My story isn't over, because it's not even close.